Alright everybody, it's time for a tour of Austin's machine shop. So let's go on in. Alright. So, here's a view of the machine shop as it stands. Got everything a little bit cleaned up. Could definitely use a little bit more cleaning. So, the most recent machine to be turned on is the Shaper. Pretty cool. Everybody needs a Shaper. The jack of all trades, master of everything. You can make anything you want on a Shaper except for money because they're too slow. So right there, got the little test part that I made on the Shaper. It's very beautiful. You can do this actually very easily on the Shaper by just cutting twice and moving the vise. You can even cut round things on a Shaper if you are dedicated enough and have enough rotary table skill. This Shaper is a little bit small for that, but definitely could use a new coat of paint, but for now I don't have time for that, so just using it as is, and it's not rusting, so it's all good. Got these nice shelves here. These are all full of good stuff. The drawer of note, though, this is like measurement, steel. This right here on the left is the drawer of stupid stuff. So we got like a key switch here, like who knows what this doodad is. A several trillion to one gearbox. Yeah, that's the stupid stuff drawer. Work holding is there. Got all these little tie down stuff. I don't know, there's random other stuff. Drill bits, grease. There's just a assorted pile of stuff up there. Got the drill press here. Works fine. Probably needs some more oil, but I don't know. It is what it is. I think that's actually the motor off the Shaper. Not really sure, but I think that is the original motor off the Shaper, and somebody did a switch at some point. Surface plate. Thank you, Aaron. And I think Dan's. This was Dan's originally. It's got a corner broken off, but that's okay. Got two surface plates for the price of one. Got the horizontal mill here. This is pretty fun. I do use it occasionally, mostly for weird stuff. So if I want to do a single operation or something which would be odd to clamp in the vertical mill, I can use this. I don't use it super often, but it is nice to have. Right now, the slitting saw that I put on here is very thin, but it's also very large in diameter. So actually this table cannot be moved to the right because as far down as it goes, it's pretty small. So we got a tight clearance right here, as in no clearance. That's okay. I will have to change this blade out for something else and buy some better vices and stuff as opposed to just this block. Alright, this on top of the lathe, this here is the lathe. Pretty fun. Finally bought a tool post. It is the 0XA variety, which meant that I need to make this riser for it. But after I did that, it works great. Honestly, I'm super happy with the small size tool post. So yeah, keep it oiled. Should be all good. Need to find a better chuck solution. Well, this is fine. It's a 5C chuck. Works fine. On top here, this is the Cruft shelf. Every shop needs a Cruft shelf. This is a interesting motor that I got. It's got like 3 sets of brushes on one end. I haven't even opened the other end. This, I will leave the viewer to figure out what it is. I've only ever seen one of these before. It's a variable inductor, if you didn't get it immediately. Got some 5C callouts here, although of course the sizes which you don't need. You can never find the one you want. Drawer of unsorted bolts. Recently got the lathe drawers back in, which is cool. Well, I still need to do the bottom of one of them. Bandsaw. Need to put this on casters, but it's kind of usable as is. I think the blade's really dull though. Shelf of clamps. Considering putting another Cruft shelf up there, but we'll see. This here is the jig borer. So interesting note on the jig borer. I tried to do some keyways in it the other day, and I ran into some problems because the spindle on this guy is just too slow. I think that I don't know. It's just not fast enough to do. It's annoying because if it's a big end mill, the collets aren't very good, so it sort of starts to walk out. But if it's a small end mill, the speed isn't high enough, and because there's high chip loading, even it moving very, very slowly, the tool just deflects. So I think this machine will be reserved for basically 100% drilling in the future. I'll just permanently mount a drill chuck in there and never take it out. Anyways, it's a fun machine. You can sit in front of it while you use it. There's a nifty storage inside there. Got a heater for the winter, although it's now summer, so I should get rid of that. This here's the mill. I was doing some interesting shenanigans the other day, which I think I just need a bigger vise, and I like this vise better, but it's not big enough. So I put this vise on here, and then I like C-clamped it over. That's fine. I don't know. I blew up the VFD a couple months ago, and that then I replaced it, and now it works again. So that's cool. Oh, got some Christmas lights here, which greatly liven up the place. Yay! All right, the index. Yep, that's what it looks like. Could do with some more cleaning, but what can you have? This is the shelf of all the fun stuff, well, all the sort of like assorted everything else. So the rotary table, 5C fixtures. I got the head of a shaper down there, which is pretty fun. Whey oil, easily accessible. Put it on every time. This is a small mill that I made back in college. It doesn't really work. Unsorted drawer of cruft. More unsorted cruft. Need to sort the cruft. This is the breaker which I put in, and all the wires which go over and everywhere. Pretty cool. Wrenches. Got a full set. Haven't managed to lose any yet. BattleBot parts. BattleBots will be coming soon. Drawer. Wilton vise, which I use basically every day. Pile of stuff. Shear. Dyno, which is coming along. Empty table. Such a miracle. Pile of stuff. Yeah, so this dyno is coming along. This is the torque sensor for it right here, this guy. Need to mount that all up. 3D printer, which is pretty fun. Got this pretty recently, and I've used it at some amount to make various fixtures and stuff. And then finally, last but not least, the surface grinder, which, you know, if you want to surface grind some stuff, there we go. Probably won't use this very often in all honesty, but if I ever need to resurface stuff, probably need to resurface the vice jaws, this will probably be where I do it. So anyways, that is the tour. Looks better with the Christmas lights on. Yeah.